Right then.
What? What is it?
Well, look at it. It says the house is going to be sold.
No, it can't be. Mr. Miller promised me. He said when Auntie Mattie died that he would rent it to me.
He's selling it. That's what sign says.
He promised he would rent it to me. So me and you could get wed.
Frank Miller's been laughing at you. Well, if we've nowhere to live, we can't get wed.
Brenda?
You're so useless, Eddie. You can't read, you can't earn a living hardly, you can't do anything. I'm going home. Home, that's a laugh.
Brenda, hang on!
Forget it, Eddie.
Telling you, a bunch of flowers. He's got them under his coat.
Got much on, Bellamy?
Well,
I thought not. Lapwing Lane, what are we doing about it?
Sarge?
Peeping Tom, alleged.
Right, it's a fine night, so get yourself down there, keep your eyes peeled.
Lapwing Lane? That's Nick's patch.
That's other things being equal, which they're not. So wait till it's dark, about 9, say, and give it a go.
How long?
Until you're relieved, or until you catch someone.
Peeping Tom. I bet it's him.
They don't take flowers with them. Not in my experience.
Hey! I want a word with thee.
Hello, Mum.
Hello.
Is Katie all right?
Of course she is. Give over worrying about her. She's a healthy kid.
Oh, it's a nice smell. What's cooking?
Not a lot for you, dearie.
What do you mean?
Got a friend dropping by for a bite to eat.
I thought you didn't like the people around here.
Oh, you know me. I can make friends with anybody, given half a chance. Go on, get yourself out. Go to the pub or something.
Now then, Frank, you getting around in?
I'm not in around.
Well, now's a good time to start one, isn't it? Go on, get 'em in, you've got plenty.
Aye, I have, and I've a sight more and all.
I want a word with you, Mr. Miller.
We've not to talk about.
Moorfold Cottage, you said I could have it.
Well, it's my property, I'll do what I want with it.
Rent it to me, you said? When Auntie Mattie were gone for me and Brenda.
See, 40 year your Auntie Mattie at that house. 10 bob a week, it's falling to rack and ruin. He wants money spending on it. I've got to sell it.
You promised me! And I've done work for you for no...
Hey, stop that, Eddie, lad. Behave yourself.
Come on, have a drink, lad. Come on. You're not like you to be orphaned.
He was locking away. He's an animal.
I am not an animal!
All right, Eddie. Behave yourself. It's not worth it, son.
He shouldn't be let out, eh? Them cows he sees to more sense than he has to...
Eddie!
Stop that talk, Mr. Miller. What have you been doing to get him like this?
What's going on?
Just get your handcuffs on this lunatic. He tried to kill me, and I've got witnesses.
That right?
Just a drop of ale got spilt, that's all.
It were all something to note. You lying beggars. Lock him up. The man's a loony.
All right, Mr. Miller. Eddie, hey, come on. Time you went home.
Hey! I'm not having this! I'll take this further!
It were him, you know. He tricked me.
Well, this time it's a warning. Any more trouble, we'll have to charge you.
He said I could have that house.
Go on, get yourself off home. And if the drink makes you feel like fighting, then stay out the pub.
I ain't even had a drink.
Well, I could tell you were a good sort soon as I saw you. Nick says the same. Says you've got a kind heart underneath.
Well, he's very lucky to have you here, seeing to the baby for him. How's Mr. Rowan managing without you?
Oh, you mean Nick's dad? I lost him in the war. Merchant Navy.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
Nick can barely remember his dad.
You brought him up on your own then, did you?
Well, there was always plenty of family about, and I never went short of offers. But while Nick was a young lad, I always said no.
Hello, Sarge.
Hello, Rowan. Anything to report?
No, nothing much. Bit of trouble at the Aidensfield Arms.
Green grass involved, I suppose.
No, he was keeping the peace as far as I could make out.
Wonders will never cease.
Well, Sarge? Well,
Well, what?
what's happening?
What?
Sergeant hasn't come here to give you orders. He's come here to have a bite to eat. With me. Off you go now.
It's not the three of us then?
Oh, no.
Oh. Well, tell you what, Rowan, you could nip down Lapwing Lane. Bellamy's there, due to finish. You could buy him a pint.
Right. Well, I'll be off then.
Make yourself comfortable, Sergeant. I'll be dishing it out in about 5 minutes.
It's you. I thought you was Tom the Peeper.
Any sign?
There's 1 or 2 women round here who want telling to draw the curtains, though.
Apart from that, anything?
3 cats, 1 courting couple. Hey, somebody we know's courting as well.
Who's that?
The Sarge, yeah. Went round to see her tonight, took some flowers. Poor gal. She must be really hard up.
I like a chap who can eat. Sign he's got a good appetite.
You didn't tell Nick I was coming here for a meal then?
Oh, no. He has his friends, I have mine. Mind you, when he was a kiddie, he could be ever so jealous of his mummy. Oh, he could be a little tinker. I remember one time I brought a friend home. Don't be shy, I said to him. Uncle Herbert won't bite you. And then Nick went and bit Uncle Herbert.
For a northerner, you know, he's not such a bad old stick, is Oscar.
Oscar, eh?
You should be grateful. If I'm nice to him, he'll be nice to you.
Mum, the police force doesn't work that way.
Don't kid yourself. Everything works that way. What about that sweet shop man during the war? You were the only kid in the street had anansi balls.
I am Frank. Lovely day for an auction.
What are you doing here? You'll not be bidding.
Ah, it's what they call a watch and brief. Just to make sure us property owners don't have to adjust our portfolios.
You always were a nosy beggar.
Sounds like me.
That's the baby.
She's fine.
Hello, Katie.
You know Eddie King, don't you? You heard of him being violent?
Eddie? No, not him. He's lived half wild most of his life, but he wouldn't hurt a fly.
He tried to thump some bloke in the pub last night.
Who?
Frank Muller.
Oh, no, Mellor. Tight with his money. In fact, Eddie's girlfriend does a bit of cleaning for him.
Got a girlfriend, has he?
Oh, don't sound so surprised. He's human, you know, just like the rest of us.
What's the point of us going in there, Eddie?
Well, we can go and see what happens, like. I mean, I don't know, maybe nobody will want to buy it. Or we can rent it off Mella.
Them's birds up there, Eddie. I don't see no pigs.
What do you reckon it'll fetch?
Tidy price.
What, about 500 quid?
And the rest?
Yeah, well, 500 quid will be top whack. Hey, see your friend's arrived.
He better behave himself.
Yeah, be all right. He's got his girlfriend with him.
She could do a lot better for herself here.
What, in Aidensfield? Hey, I'll tell you something. I don't know half the people in here today.
Incomers. They'd like to be. City folk. They're here because they're thinking about buying.
You're joking. Who'd want to come and live here?
Right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're here today to offer for sale by auction Moorfold Cottage. A fine country property with approximately 1.5 acres of land, plus outbuildings, freehold. Requiring some degree of modernisation and refurbishment, but with great potential. So, ladies and gentlemen, who'll start me? Can I hear £600?
If you can, you're on your own.
Ashfordley Police Station. Oh, hello, Mrs. Rowan. Sergeant Blaketon? Yes, he's in his office. Pardon? Oh, right, yes. He left his gloves behind last night. Oh, yes. I'll tell him.
What's up?
By heck.
£1,900.
2,000.
2,000 I'm bid. I have £2,000.
2,000? They've all gone balmy.
Was that a bid, sir? You, sir, the large gentleman with the sartorial neckerchief. I thought you winked.
Winked? Me?
Yes, sir, but are you bidding?
No.
Then please keep quiet, sir. It's at £2,000.
I've had a complaint from Mr. Miller. He rang up first thing this morning and played steam. Now, this trouble in the Aidensfield Arms, he claims he was put in fear of his bodily safety and you did nought about it.
Well, no one will back him up, Sarge. It's his word against the other lad, Eddie King.
Who Mr. Miller describes as the village idiot.
Well, he's not exactly that, Sarge. I've had a word with him. He seems harmless enough.
So far.
Can I say 2,800?
2,800.
I have 2,800, £2,800. Can I say 2,900? If you've all done, ladies and gentlemen, it's at £2,800. It's going once, twice, sold to...
Martin Shepherd.
Sold to Mr. Shepherd. What did I tell you?
It don't belong to thee. By rights, that house is mine. It's for me and Brenda.
Stop it.
You'll not have it. I'm telling thee, it's mine.
Come away, Eddie!
Now then, you, that's enough of that. Just clear off.
He wants locking away, that fella. He's dangerous. He'll kill someone before he's done.
I'm not living in a hayloft over a cowshed, Eddie.
I love you, Brenda.
We can't move in here because we're moored out already.
You said we'd get married.
Yeah? And you said we have a house to live in. It's useless talking, Eddie. I'm going to bed.
Good night.
You know Well, what I mean is, George, if they're prepared to pay nearly 3,000 quid for Miller's cottage, what must my estate be worth?
Estate? That bit of land you've got? You can't call that an estate.
That land of mine marches with Lord Ashfordley's.
Marches with? A few acres of moortop, most of that bog.
It's not land people want, it's houses to live in.
That's right.
Cottage in the country, that's what they're after.
Ah, well, there's buildings on my land, make beautiful cottages with a bit of imagination. Anyway, I've got that auctioneer bloke coming to give me a valuation before I sell it.
Ah, well, them renting days have gone round here.
Oh, I don't know, I feel sorry for Eddie. He really loves Brenda Booth, you know.
Love? He's well out of it. And what a waste of money. He had to pay for 2 instead of 1. Give us a scotch. You better give me a packet of crisps for Alfred.
Well, you're paying for 2 quid. I call that love.
Ah, no. Well, with him and me, it's not just infatuation, you know. It's the real thing, isn't it, son?
If you don't like the window open, Jesse, stick your head under the bedclothes. There's somebody out there. Eddie, is that you? Go on home, I'm not coming out.
Well, we can't just sit here all night, doing nothing.
Oh, aye. Yes. You'll be wanting to get to bed. I've enjoyed tonight.
Oh, there's a lovely moon tonight, Oscar.
Oh, aye. I can't see it myself.
What? Is something wrong with your eyesight?
Oh, no, I can see the moon. What I meant was, you know, this talk about the Yanks going to put a man on the moon. Or the Russians. I just can't see it myself.
Oh, dear. Oh, I think I've got something in my eye. Would you have a look?
Well, I'll not be able to see it out here. You best get under a light in the house. No. It'll never happen. Not in this world. What do you... Ruby! Ruby! Well, it was a grand night! If they put a man up there, I'll eat my cap.
If it was down to him, they wouldn't get on the moon. That's a fact.
Hey?
Your friend, Oscar.
He's not my friend, Mum. He's my sergeant.
In fact, if it was down to him, the human race would have died out long since.
So the wife says to me, well, she says, our house must be worth 2,000.
Yeah, right.
2,000, I say, 3.5, easy.
Look, give it a flaming rest. I don't give a monkey's how much your house is worth.
Oh, that's just because you haven't got your foot on the rung of the housing, lad. Wait till you have.
Hello, Nick.
Oh, then me mother caught his eye, they married on the sly, and now I have to call him father.
Have I missed something?
I believe that Blaketon took your mum out last night.
Yeah, all right. Can we talk about something else?
But not the state of the housing market.
That's the trouble with you young lads. You've no conversation.
Our friend the Peeping Tom was at it last night, Lapwing Lane again.
Somebody spotted him, Sarge?
A local woman heard him. She also heard Brenda Booth, at number 16, shouting, "Oh, go home, Eddie."
Eddie King?
Oh, I reckon.
He's your local nutcase, right?
I wouldn't go that far, Alf.
Because if it was a mental job, I spotted something last night.
What's that, Ventris?
It was a full moon.
My word, Ventress. You don't miss much, do you? We'll have to let Scotland Yard know about you.
Hello, Mr. Anderson.
Is this the property?
What? No. I'll show you. It's over the top.
Can we take the car?
Yeah, it's not to Cockstride. In any case, it'll be a bit tricky because it wants a track put in.
Oh, well, I wouldn't necessarily tell against it. City folk. I like the back and beyond.
Do they? Well, I might have just what they're after then. Go on, son. Go on. It's up here.
What did you do last night, Eddie?
I didn't milk in, took the cows out. Oh, yeah. The tea.
After that?
Well, not much, really.
You down Lapwing Lane?
Brenda lives down there.
A man was seen hanging about, peeping at women.
Oh, yeah. Well, it weren't me peeping.
You were there?
To see Brenda. She's the only woman I'm after, Brenda. She's the only one that I want.
Oh, my. Right then, Mr. Anderson. What do you think?
What am I supposed to be looking at?
The cottages.
Those?
Oh, I know they need tarting up a bit, but I mean, look at that view.
You dragged me up this howling wilderness to show me a pair of derelict sheep pens?
Sheep pens? It's human habitation.
Not for the sort of humans I deal with, Mr. Greengrass. Good day to you. And don't contact my office again.
Oh, my.
Ever.
I know your game. You're trying to up the commission. You've got no chance.
This is the house that Jack built, baby, and it reaches up to the sky.
Well, this is the best location, practically speaking.
But it's not our land.
We'll find out who owns it, make them an offer.
Now then, can I help you?
Hello.
How do? You're them incomers, aren't you?
Martin Shepherd and my wife, Sue.
How do you do? Hello, Jeremiah Greengrass. You know what they say? Greengrass by name, greengrass by nature.
Do they?
No, not really.
Do you happen to know who owns this piece of land at the back of our house?
Ah, you're talking to him.
Oh, so you're our neighbour, Mr. Greengrass. That's wonderful.
Ah, must be. What makes you say that?
Well, there's no proper sanitation in the house, just the old privy outside.
Ah, no, that's what it's like up here, you know. It's more hygienic.
We'd like to put modern plumbing in, run a drain to a septic tank. It would have to fall away to about here. So you see, we'd like to buy a little piece of your land or rent the use of it.
Would you? What are you, like, a businessman?
No, I'm a lecturer at the university.
Really? Well, I'll be absolutely honest. I'm not that keen on sort of selling it, you know, but having said that, if the price were right...
Eddie don't go peeping at nobody.
Are you sure?
Course I am. I'm the only woman he fancies.
Are you getting married?
If he got us a place to live. But he's useless, he is. Now, can I get on? I've got Mr. Miller's house to fettle.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you.
What did he want?
Questions about Eddie.
Eddie's no good to you, Brenda. I've told you till I'm sick.
£1,000 for a few square yards of land.
It does seem a little steep, Mr. Greengrass.
Oh, well, as I told you, you know, I'm not honestly that bothered about getting rid of it, you know. It's nostalgic, really. I mean, that land's been in the Greengrass family for hundreds of years.
Oh, we're saying £1,000?
I mean, we spent all our savings buying the cottage.
Oh, well, I mean, the people who lived here before didn't mind going outside to go to the toilet, did they? Luxury don't come cheap, does it? Cheers.
But he admits he was in Lapwing Lane last night.
Only to see his girl.
And his girl's given him his marching orders because he can't provide a home for her.
Oh, he could say anything. Well, he's not playing with a full deck, is he?
There's no real evidence, Sarge.
All right, Rowan, let's leave it like that for now. I just hope you're right. Well, you best get off home.
Right. Right, Sarge.
Right.
No, then.
See you, Nick.
Sarge? Well, if you ask me, Nick's lost Kate. This bloke Eddie's lost his girlfriend.
So?
Well, so he sympathises with him. He's not seeing things straight.
Well, if he's not seeing things straight, Bellamy, he's not the man to keep watch on Lapwing Lane now, is he? So I'll leave that to you tonight.
Did you get me some kindling?
Yes, I put it in the shed with the rest of the wood. Have a word with that builder about the roof if you see him.
All right.
I'll be back on Friday. You'll be all right.
Of course. Bye-bye. Drive carefully.
I will.
You got to admit, there's not a lot of action in the country. Compared to London, it's so slow.
It's good for you, Mum.
And as for the men, you'd not employ 'em to carry hot dinners. By the way, your Uncle Ted was asking about you.
Uncle Ted?
Ted Bennett.
The bookie?
He said to me, so, Nick's still up there in the back of beyond. Smart lad like him, it's a criminal waste.
Yeah, well, he's a good judge of what's criminal.
That's not nice. Anyway, got not guilty, didn't he? He was quite upset, you know, when you went in the police.
I'm not surprised.
When you were little, he used to give you bets to work out. You had a real sharp brain, he used to say. And now look at you. Stuck out here, where it's all fields and ferrets.
I like it here, Mum. Kate loved it.
Oh, Nicky. You know, in London there'd be more people to help you look after Katie. All your aunties.
I don't live in London, Mum. I live here.
But if you stay here, what'll you end up as, eh? Sergeant, maybe, when you're 40. If you were back in the Met, at least you'd have a career. Bet Oscar Blaketon would help you get a transfer.
Oh, no, he wouldn't.
He would if I asked him nicely.
Mum, leave off. I run my life my own way.
Oh, and you'll run Katie's too, will you? Well, she won't thank you for it when she's a teenager.
This is a good place for her to grow up. I've told you we like it here.
Ah, but do they like you? I've heard them talking about incomers. That's what you'll always be.
The man who threatened us at the auction. Oh, Eddie King. I heard about that.
Really?
Oh, I thought it was just talk.
He was standing outside the cottage about an hour ago, just staring at the house.
Oh, sorry. Nearly done now.
Few minor cuts, that's all. Now, Mrs. Shepherd saw Eddie King hanging around outside earlier.
Right. Phil's on his way to you in the patrol car.
Is he there?
The Sarge? No, he's not here. I think he's on his way to your house again.
Do you know something? I can really talk to you, Ruby. And that's important, is that? I appreciate it.
Yes, it is important being able to talk to each other as well.
How do you mean, as well?
I mean, there's more to life than just talking. Sometimes you want action.
Well, we get our fair share of that in the police force. My word, we do.
You were made for me.
Come on, Eddie. I've not done no.
Don't give us hard time.
Where are you taking me?
Down the station.
Oh, no, I don't want to go down there.
Look, come on, sunshine.
Come on, Eddie.
It's a wonderful sunset, Oscar.
Oh, aye.
Makes you feel all carried away and passionate.
It's volcanic dust, you know. Dust in the atmosphere causes it.
Hello? Yes, he's here. You're wanted.
Oh, right. Leighton? Oh, I see. Well, I'll be there. Let him stew for a bit. Ruby, I'll have to go. Bit of excitement at the station.
Really? Excitement? What, a light bulb gone or something?
I never done nothing.
You were at Moorfold Cottage this evening. You were seen.
Only looking. That's all I were doing, only looking.
But you admit you were there at Mrs. Shepherd's house?
It ain't her house. It were Auntie Mattie's house and it were promised to me.
And that's why you threw stones through the windows. Now, come on, Eddie, admit it!
Never threw no stones. Just looking. And that's all I were doing.
We're just running round in circles here. Bellamy, lock him up! Let's see if a night in the cells will make him a bit more cooperative.
You can't lock me up. What about me cows? I've got me cows to milk in the morning!
Mrs. Shepherd could have been seriously injured tonight. If you'd brought Milado in earlier, this wouldn't have happened.
The police have got hold of your friend Eddie King.
What for?
Flinging stones through them incomers' windows.
Oh, no.
They've locked him up. Not before time, neither.
Poor Eddie.
Brenda, sooner you get that lad out of your head, the better.
He was only trying to get home for me.
Well, I tell you what, there's a home for you here. You can live in. Be my housekeeper. No, that's a fair offer, isn't it?
What's all this about Eddie King being arrested?
Yeah, he threw a couple of stones through the shepherd's windows.
When was this?
Yesterday evening, about 6:30.
You talking about Eddie? He didn't do anything, Nick. He was in the pub at 6:30 last night.
Gina, I know you've got a soft spot for him.
No, it's right, Nick. He came in at 6:15. I noticed the time because it's unusual for him.
Yeah, he usually comes in late on, but last night he came in just after opening and stayed a good hour past.
It's your own fault, lad. You should have told us you were in the pub. And what time?
He hasn't got a watch, Mr. Blayton. In fact, I don't think he even knows how to tell the time, do you, Eddie?
I know when me cows need milking. And who's seen to them this morning? That's what I want to know.
Bellamy, take him back to Grange Farm in the patrol car. He better tell his boss where he's been. Right, you two. We need signed statements from you both. Ventris, deal with them.
Look, Alf, last night Eddie was in my bar, I'll swear to that.
And there's half a dozen more people who'll tell you the same.
So he's still out there, then, this bloke that flung the stones.
You let him go, you balmy beggars.
He's got a cast iron alibi.
Police round here couldn't catch a cold.
Eddie was in the pub when Mrs. Shepherd's windows were smashed.
Give over. He's never in the pub early doers.
Well, he was last night. Brenda, I just thought I'd let you know that Eddie's in the clear.
You needn't have bothered. Any road, I knew all along Eddie wouldn't do a thing like that.
Don't be stupid, woman. The man's a thug. He's subhuman.
No, he's not. Don't you say that, Frank Mellor, and don't you call me stupid!
Oh, she's put on over £1 in the past fortnight.
Well, don't sound so surprised. I make sure she gets fed properly.
I'm sure you do, Mrs. Rowan.
You're going to be big and beautiful, aren't you? Yeah, a lot of good that I do around here. The men are useless, if you ask me.
Thanks, Mum.
Little Katie's doing fine. All credit to your mum.
Yeah, not a bad old stick, my Mum.
Oh, less of the old stick, you.
But Maggie, how well do you know Brenda Booth?
Quite well. Why?
Well, she got enough of a temper on her to have smashed the shepherd's windows.
I don't know.
Which means she could have.
I'm looking forward to having words with Mr. Greengrass.
He who labours under the delusion that you and I are a couple of educated idiots.
Oh, excuse me. Aren't you Brenda Booth? I heard you do some cleaning and I was wondering if you could do a little for us. My name's Sue Shepherd and this is... I know you are. You've got the house me and Eddie were going to live in. And I won't do no cleaning for you, thank you very much, Lady Muck.
Oh, well.
I wonder if it was such a good idea buying a weekend cottage.
I think it was a brilliant idea.
Still?
Still. You get yourself on that train, girl. He'd be glad to see you. So will I, come to that. Goodness knows what they did up here before telly was invented. OK, dear. I'll see you later. That was Kate's Aunt Eileen. She's coming to visit.
Oh, it's fine by me.
That's what I told her. The more the merrier, I said. She was talking about next week, but I said there's no time like the present. So, she'll be here this evening. You'll be sleeping on the camp bed.
I don't mind.
Well, you should mind. Oh, Nicky, I wish I could persuade you to come back home with me.
I'd like to go lower than 1,000, but I mean, it just wouldn't be fair.
Fair to whom?
Whom? Why, it must be marvellous to be educated. You know, it wouldn't be fair to the, like, generations of greengrasses, you know, who farmed it and tended it and lived and died on it.
Mr. Greengrass?
Yes, love.
I've spent the best part of this week searching through various deeds and documents, some of them at the land registry. And this land that you claim you own...
I don't claim I own it. I do own it. I bought it fair and square from Jack Meadows in 1955.
What happened to the generations of green grasses?
And it's extremely doubtful that this Mr. Meadows was in any position to sell you the land.
Well, it's...
Rather more likely that, in fact, the land at the time belonged to the Commons of Aidensfield.
No, look, listen.
You listen, Mr. Greengrass. To settle this matter one way or another could prove very costly indeed. Lawyers don't come cheap.
We don't have to muck about with lawyers.
And at the end of vast expense, the land could be yours, or it could be anybody's.
Push! Go on!
Aidensville Police. Yeah. All right, calm down, Mr. Miller. I'll be right with you.
I'm just sat here having a bite to eat. I look up and there's Eddie King at the window, got a shaking his fist at me. Next thing they bashed in and the window's in. That's a stone he flung, you see. What can't speak, can't lie. I could have been killed. No, I don't think he can help himself. The man wants putting away somewhere. Yeah, where they look after him. You gonna pick him up?
All in good time, Mr. Miller.
It really is my land. I bought it off Jack Meadows, a thieving swine.
Well, I'm more than willing to believe it's your land, Mr. Greengrass.
Oh, yeah, that's very kind of you.
Indeed I am. So is my husband.
Am I?
I've drawn up an agreement in which you, as owner of the land in question,
Yeah.
grant us the right to lay a pipe and build a septic tank for a term of 99 years at a fee payable to you of £1 a year.
£1? Have you been let out of somewhere?
Our only other course is to ask the courts to rule on the true ownership of the land.
Now, hang on.
Mr. Greengrass, this agreement will be very useful to you. It would show that you are accepted as the rightful owner of the land by your nearest neighbours.
I know, but £1, it's not much, is it?
Well, I'd like to up the price, but it wouldn't be fair.
She's an hard woman, your missus.
No, I assure you, she's just a simple city dweller.
He's standing about here. Well, I've told you what happened. You want to go and get him?
Eddie's not going anywhere, Mr. Miller.
What's that?
One of the stones used to smash a shepherd's windows. Almost identical, wouldn't you say?
Aye, looks to be.
Well, this is where they came from.
Aye, well, he picked it up and threw it in my window.
Yeah, the one used at the shepherd's place came from here as well. There. Which makes it a premeditated job. Well, it does seem a bit odd, though, doesn't it? Picking up stones from here, taking it all the way up to the shepherd's place.
Well, of course it's odd. The man's barmy. He's mad as a hatter.
Yeah, but Eddie didn't do it, though. He's got an alibi.
Ah, it's his pals. They're lying. Let's say anything. They don't like me.
Whoever did do it used stones from your garden.
What are you getting at?
And there's one way to find out who that person was. Fingerprints.
You'll not find any.
I can still feel Kate. House is full of her. How's Nick coping?
Bottling it all up, keeping it all in here. But that's what they do up here. See all, hear all, and say nought.
Well, everyone deals with loss the best way they can.
Well, it's not my way. Do you have a good journey? Fine, thanks.
It's good to be here.
Now, you knew what time those windows were smashed in. You said Eddie never went to the pub early doors, but you didn't bargain on him having an alibi, did you?
She wouldn't come to me. I told her I could make her home for her.
Brenda.
I've a tidy bit of money. Good house. But she'd sooner up that animal than me.
So you tried to get him out of the way?
I thought if he was put where he ought to be, she might have me. You know what it's like, lad. You know what it is to want a woman.
I'll tell him.
Well, he admits a lot, even Lapwing Lane. Dirty old devil. Trying to get an innocent man put away.
Well, I suppose he was lonely, longing for a woman in his life.
A decent man, Rowan, keeps his longings under control.
Oh, your mother's been on the phone, Nick. Kate's aunt has just arrived.
There's a job going at Lord Ashfordley's, I've just heard.
I've got a job here.
Look, there's a cottage goes with this one.
I'll go up there tonight.
There's only one thing.
What?
It's pigs, not cows.
Oh. It's still a cottage though, isn't it?
That's what I thought. Hello, Nick. Your baby's beautiful.
Yeah, isn't she? Hello, Eileen. Good journey.
Fine.
Mum, what are you doing?
I'm going back to London.
How long have you been planning this?
I haven't. Only came into me head when Eileen phoned up and said she'd like to come and visit.
You're not going on account of me, I hope?
No, I'm going on account of me. I can't stay here forever, Nicky, looking after you and Katie. And now you've got Eileen. I've got to sort my own life out yet. Do you understand?
I thought you liked it up here.
Well, it's a good place to be, if you've got somebody. But there isn't anybody here for me. And it's the same for Nicky now, only you can't see it.
I've got Katie.
That's not what I meant, Nicky, and you know it.
We love having you here, Mum.
And I love being with you. But I have to be more than your mum and Katie's grandma. I'm not past it yet, you know.
I never thought you were.
So I'm going back to London, and if you won't see sense and come with me, well, Eileen's here now. So you'll be all right.
Mum, I can't ask Eileen.
It's all right, Nick, really. I'd gladly stay for a while.
See? Well, you best give me the return half of your train ticket then, hadn't you? No good letting it get wasted. Oh, here's my taxi. You know where I am, Nicky. There's always room for you and Katie.
Yeah, I know, Mum. And thanks for bailing us out.
And you can tell that old plank Oscar Blaketon to order a post-mortem on himself, because he's dead from the neck down.
Yeah, all right, Mum.